All right, where are we on the Maxx Crosby? Is there still any there? Where are we right now? Anything?
I would say it is fair to assume that the Raiders are getting many calls about Maxx Crosby. We heard what John Spytek said in this room. Expects Max to be back.
Yes.
Great relationship, texting and talking. We have not heard from Maxx Crosby since that session. Max has many ways on social media, on a podcast, to potentially respond. But I would say the Raiders don't need to make calls. They will get calls on Maxx Crosby. Is there a world where Maxx Crosby gets traded in the next 7 to 10 days? I believe there is.
You do.
We're not there yet in terms of a deal actually getting done. But almost every player in the NFL has a price. Even setting aside the frustrations Max has had with the constant churn, being shut down at the end of last season, he's a 29-year-old star player who is still at his peak on a Raiders team that's probably going to be challenged over the next 1 to 2 years to really be competitive in a tough division. All of that, to me, tracks toward push this as far as you can, maximize your leverage by saying we're going to keep the guy here, see what type of calls you get. I'm not aware of the Raiders calling anyone. I do believe that they are getting calls, and I do believe there's a possibility of Maxx Crosby being traded sometime between now and the start of the league year.
When you get calls, your Spytek or Brady are saying, call John. I mean, you can receive the calls, and then you could say, thank you for your interest, we'll let you know. Or do you say actual compensation that would work? You know what I mean? Like, how deep are these that you are willing to share with us based on your knowledge? How deep, detailed calls are these?
There's about 1,700 players in the NFL, 2,800 in the offseason. I would say maybe
start to this answer.
Maybe 20 of them. It's a thank you for your interest, hang up the phone. Maybe 20 in the entire league. There are not many guys that there is not a price. And just, again, my opinion, look at the circumstances here.
Right.
You have a player that has been very frustrated on multiple levels.
Yes.
And has expressed that. We know that much for sure. We have a Raiders team that is not probably a Maxx Crosby away from winning the Super Bowl this year. New regime. Clint Kubiak has had a good coffee with him, spent a little time with him. I do not believe that John Spytek, Tom Brady want to trade Maxx Crosby. But there are so many teams that need pass rush help.
Yeah.
Every contending type team. I've been asked here, would it be the Bears? Would it be the 49ers? Would it be the Bills? Would it be the Lions?
Everybody.
Patriots. I would say, why would any of those teams, any team that's a contender, not make the call and try to find out what the price would be?
Well, what is the price? That's what I'm saying. Are the Raiders verbalizing a price in these conversations?
It's not really how it works in terms of it has to be here. Sometimes. But a lot of times it is more so, what would you offer? Why would we, as the team that has the player that other people want, constrain ourselves by saying, here's the price tag? It's
because
much more effective.
Somebody could just go hog wild and say, I'll give you 3 ones. And all they were going to ask you for
Or you continue
was 2.
to listen
right.
to what you're being offered and then let people know, well, actually, we're being offered this. And that's a lot of times how you drive the market. I don't believe that it would be Micah Parsons, which was 2 ones, and
you don't.
Kenny Clark.
Why?
Max is 29 years old.
Micah's younger.
Micah's younger.
Right.
Mike is 25. He's got more years left in his prime. Max is still really, really good.
Of course he is.
He's got 3-4 years left probably of playing at a really elite level. But it's hard to justify for the teams we're going to give up that type of package. Never say never. I mean, I wouldn't have sat here prior to the trade deadline last year and say the Jets are getting 2 ones for Sauce Gardner.
Right.
But that happened. They drove the price on Quinnen Williams. There's a lot of different dynamics at play. But the calls are going to come. It's fair to assume they are getting calls. They have no reason not to listen. Does the price get to a point where they're willing to move them? That remains the open question. But is it possible? Yes.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.